Last night, we read Time magazine where Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover and said, the WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent that we have?
Caitlin Clark made history as the first WNBA player to be named Time Athlete of the Year, a groundbreaking moment for women's basketball. While many celebrated, her achievement sparked unexpected backlash, not just from fans but also within the WNBA, highlighting divisions that surprised players, analysts, and league supporters alike.
It has taken the WNBA almost 28 years to get to the point where we are now. And this year, something clicked with the WNBA, and it's because of the draft of the players that came in.
Sheila Johnson, co-owner of the Washington Mystics, criticized Caitlin Clark's Time honor during a CNN interview, arguing it should have recognized the entire WNBA. Her remarks sparked outrage on social media, highlighting tensions within the league.
It's Reese. We have so much talent there that has been unrecognized. And I don't think we can just pin it on one player.
What exactly did Sheila Johnson say? Why has her criticism been labeled divisive and damaging to the WNBA? Most importantly, how has Caitlin Clark responded? Let's explore.
Because when you just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings.
Sheila Johnson's remarks on Caitlin Clark during her CNN interview sparked intense criticism from analysts. Instead of celebrating Clark's historic Time Athlete of the Year honor, Johnson suggested the award should have gone to the entire WNBA to prevent hard feelings. She further claimed media coverage of Clark reflected racial dynamics, arguing that equally talented players of color often lack the recognition they deserve, igniting a heated debate.
This phrase has been couched, hasn't it? The Caitlin Clark effect. Why do you think?
Well, I want to be very diplomatic about this. The structure or the way media plays out race, I'm going to be very honest. I feel really bad because I've seen so many players of color that are equally as talented, never got the recognition that they should have. And I think right now, it is time for that.
One analyst called Sheila Johnson's comments embarrassing, criticizing her flawed logic in questioning individual awards. This is sports. We honor individual excellence, they said, noting MVPs and historic awards like Time Athlete of the Year. They argued that suggesting the entire league share the spotlight dilutes the significance of such honors, and emphasized that stars like Caitlin Clark drive global attention to women's basketball.
Like in basketball and sports, people get awards. They get the MVP. They don't give it to the league. There's the most valuable player. They get singled out. It's not a participation trophy. It's not an equal opportunity.
Another analyst criticized Sheila Johnson for fueling the jealousy narratives Caitlin Clark has worked to dispel. During her Time interview, Clark emphasized mutual respect, but Johnson's remarks reignited animosity, sparking widespread backlash across the sports world.
The whole Time interview was talking about how trying to clap back at the fact that she was being targeted and people were jealous of her and bitter towards her. And now the freaking Mystics owner has just proved it.
Johnson's framing faced criticism, with one commentator calling it insulting. They argued Caitlin Clark's stardom stems from her game-changing skill, breaking records, shooting from 30 feet, and drawing millions of viewers.
And a WNBA owner has just said Caitlin Clark is big because she's white. No, because she's shooting the ball from 30 feet. She's literally shooting the ball from 30 feet. This is the reason why the WNBA has failed. People like this are the reason why the WNBA has failed.
Critics noted that Sheila Johnson overlooked Caitlin Clark's tangible contributions to the WNBA, including boosting attendance, TV ratings, and overall interest in the sport. Analysts argued her recognition should be celebrated, not questioned, as she embodies the league's progress. Clark isn't the problem, she's the solution, one concluded, emphasizing her pivotal role in elevating women's basketball.
We have got to operate and become stronger as a league and respect everybody that's playing. and their talent.
While analysts dissected Sheila Johnson's remarks, fans flocked to social media to defend Caitlin Clark. Reactions ranged from sharp sarcasm to heartfelt advocacy for Clark's impact on the WNBA. If Johnson intended to spark broader discussions, fans overwhelmingly viewed her comments as a misguided attack on one of the league's brightest and most influential stars. One tweet mocked the hard feelings argument, sarcastically suggesting, "Cancel all league awards, no championships, MVPs, or Rookie of the Year. Let's just award the entire league for existing." Another highlighted frustration with the WNBA's silence, stating, "Not one person from the league has defended her, and they wonder why fans think jealousy exists within the league." Fans rallied behind Caitlin Clark, highlighting her humility as evidence of her deserving the time honor. Beyond the sarcasm and frustration, they pointed to tangible data that Sheila Johnson seemed to overlook. For example, 31% of the Washington Mystics' attendance for the entire 2024 season came from just 2 games against Caitlin Clark's team. In those games, the Mystics had to move to a larger arena due to the crowd size. In non-fever games, Washington averaged only 5,000 attendees, but for those fever matchups, the average soared to 20,000. Clark's games also set attendance records for opposing teams, drawing in massive crowds even on the road. Additionally, Clark's TV ratings were sky-high, with 19 of her regular season games attracting at least 1 million viewers. In contrast, the playoffs without Clark only saw 6 games reach that milestone. LA Sparks guard Lexi Brown responded to Johnson's comments, calling the situation absolutely insane and urging the league to stop taking steps backward. Brown also pointed out that Johnson hadn't acknowledged her own stellar rookie class. One viral post summed up fans' frustration perfectly. A WNBA player gets Athlete of the Year for the first time ever, and the higher-ups in her league are asking why not someone else? The backlash against Johnson wasn't just about defending Clark, but also about emphasizing what she represents. Clark's stardom is a symbol of the growing recognition of women's basketball, and her recognition was seen as a win for the entire league.
We need to sit down, and I think our leadership with our commissioner, she needs to sit down and even bring a psychologist in, I don't know, but talk to the players and how we resolve the issues that we're going through. Because not only what's going through with the WNBA is happening in society as well.
While fans rallied around Caitlin Clark, her actions speak volumes about why she's so celebrated. Beyond her record-breaking performances, Clark exemplifies humility, generosity, and leadership, making her a true role model.
About being Caitlin Clark, I would say having to feel like you're always like on.
We came from Wisconsin.
That is fun. Ready?
Oh my gosh.
You just have bad days, and there's days where you don't want to talk to anyone, but somebody comes up to you and this is their 10-second interaction with you, so you better smile and be kind. But at the same time, it's just like you just want to be normal sometimes.
Caitlin Clark's actions highlight why she's so celebrated. She refused to participate in an ESPN series focused solely on her college career, insisting that other players, like Camila Cardoso and Kiki Rice, be featured as well. During the WNBA season, Clark also advocated for spot bonuses for opposing players whose teams benefited from high ticket sales at her games, showcasing her commitment to uplifting others.
You feel or how you respond to some of those criticisms when you have to deal with something that it's really not your problem. Like, I feel like it's them looking in a mirror a little bit, but it still comes down on your shoulders.
I feel like I always have had really good perspective on everything that's kind of happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career.
Caitlin Clark's mindset directly counters Sheila Johnson's claims about hard feelings arising from recognizing individual achievements. Clark's actions demonstrate her commitment to including and uplifting others, making Johnson's concerns not only misplaced, but contradictory to reality. On the court, Clark's dedication to her craft has set a new standard for rookies. After an exhausting college season, she transitioned seamlessly into the WNBA, logging heavy minutes without complaint. "I'm lucky to do what I love," she told Time. immediately outlining off-season goals to improve strength, mid-range shooting, and mental toughness.
Been enjoying a little bit of a break. I played basketball for literally a year straight. I played like 82 games. I didn't miss a game from college to the pros, which is basically an entire NBA season, and I didn't really come out of many games either. So it was long, but I'm very fortunate and grateful. But I feel like I can just continue to improve.
Caitlin Clark's impact on the league goes beyond her skills. It's about how she uses her platform. She consistently highlights her peers' contributions, praises teammates, and celebrates the achievements of her rivals. This approach has made her a beloved figure among fans and media, positioning her as the WNBA's most relatable and inspiring star. While Sheila Johnson's comments sparked division, Clark's actions reflect unity. Her leadership extends beyond basketball, aiming to build the league into something greater. If her rookie season is any indication, she's on track to reshape the narrative of women's basketball for the better.
She went into the WNBA as a rookie, had more assists than any player ever, generated more points than any player ever. Made first team all WNBA, rookie season. Led the Fever to the playoffs, rookie season. It's just sad. It's just sad at this juncture. Why backlash for helping to grow the league and getting others shine? Do people get mad when LeBron James or Tom Brady is put on a cover? No, it should be the entire NFL or the entire NBA.
Sheila Johnson's comments weren't just an attack on Caitlin Clark. They revealed deeper issues within the WNBA's leadership and its struggle to unite behind its stars. For many fans and analysts, Johnson's remark symbolized a missed opportunity for the league to celebrate a historic moment and highlight its brightest talents. One major issue is the WNBA's silence in response to the criticism directed at Clark. Despite the backlash, there's been little public defense from the league itself. Fans have taken notice, with one tweeting, "Not one person from that league has come to her defense," and they wonder why her fan base thinks there's jealousy. This absence of support fuels perceptions of division within the WNBA, whether from jealousy, rivalries, or misaligned priorities.
I'm sorry that the WNBA wasn't as popular before. I didn't watch it as much as I did before, and I'm covering it now. But that's the good thing. That's the benefit. Every other player who wasn't getting the recognition is now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Can no one see that? Asia Wilson is much more famous than she was before. This next wave of
Johnson's framing of Caitlin Clark's success as problematic highlights a deeper systemic issue: the WNBA's inability to rally behind individual players. Clark's undeniable impact on attendance, viewership, and overall interest in women's basketball should have been celebrated, yet her recognition was met with questioning. Fans have asked, how hard is it just to say congratulations and keep it moving? This lack of cohesion is particularly damaging as the league gains traction with new audiences. Instead of capitalizing on Clark's popularity to elevate the league, Johnson's comments became a distraction, detracting from what should have been a unifying moment. The league's silence and internal criticism undermine efforts to grow women's basketball.
Caitlin Clark is the clear and obvious driving force. It's not black and white, it is green. The attendance for the Mystics games broke the record for most attended games against the Fever. They averaged like 4,000 in attendance. Against the Fever, it was over 20,000. The three highest attended games this year were all Fever games. Over 20,000. 3 games went over 20,000. All 3 were.
For the WNBA to thrive, it needs leaders who prioritize unity over division. Sheila Johnson's remarks and the lack of public response highlight the urgent need for a stronger, more cohesive vision. The question is whether the WNBA can learn from this moment or risk squandering its momentum. Despite the controversy stirred by Johnson's comments, Caitlin Clark remains the embodiment of what's right with women's basketball. Her historic recognition as Time Athlete of the Year isn't just about her. It symbolizes what the future of the WNBA can be, showing that individual excellence elevates the league as a whole.
Been great black players before. Caitlin still has work to do before she can be considered the greatest of all time in the professional ranks. But to act like there's just like this laundry list of players who are better than Caitlin Clark is stupid. It's ignorant.
Johnson's remarks highlighted cracks in the WNBA's leadership and its struggle to unify behind its stars. However, the overwhelming support from fans and media outlets shows that the league's future is bright if it embraces what Caitlin Clark symbolizes: hard work, humility, and the ability to bring people together. As Clark continues to shine, she's setting a new standard for leadership. Her focus isn't just on her own success, but on uplifting those around her, teammates, peers, and even rivals. This type of leadership is exactly what the WNBA needs to break into the mainstream and gain the respect it deserves. The path forward is clear. The WNBA has a rare opportunity to rally behind players like Clark and use their success as a springboard for growth. It's time for league leaders to step up, embrace unity, and celebrate achievements that draw attention to women's basketball. Caitlin Clark has already chosen her path, leading by example. The only question is, will the league follow her lead? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.